We've got the Yankees and the Mets in play on Wednesday night. Both teams in the midst of playoff races. Let's break down those two contests. Teddy covers from WagerTalk.com with a double gamer big game breakdown for Wednesday night MLB. And let's start in New York. Of course, the Yankees are playing in Minnesota, so let's start in New York with the Mets at Citi Field against the Padres. Looking right now at my Odds Logic live odds screen. And by the way, you guys, if you haven't done it, check out oddslogic.com. /Teddy's going to get you free 7-day all access. It's a good product. If you've never used a live odds service, it's worth trying. I keep it running pretty much 24/7 on one of my screens. But anyhow, oddslogic.com /Teddy for that free 7-day all access. Looking at the OddsLogic live odds screen right now, I'm seeing, let's call the Mets in the -120 range right now. Total 7.5 juice to the under against the Padres. And look, the Mets clearly haven't been playing good baseball. They have back-to-back wins. That being said, they're 3-9 in their last 12. And this team was 62-44 in late July, looking to run away with the NL East. Well, they're 78-73 now. That's after the 2 wins. That's 16-29 in their last 45 games. All right. So it's been a steady decline for the New York Metropolitans. And of course, this team has not been hitting. You know, they're averaging less than 3 runs per game prior to the last win yesterday. Not hitting the ball particularly well. And David Peterson on the hill for the Mets today. He's got solid season-long numbers, but recent starts, not quite so good. His last 5 starts in the area above 6. 15 runs over 12 innings in his last 3 starts. And when you start to see those type of performances stack up in September, you're talking about a pitcher who's probably pitched a little bit too much this year. Peterson, not a bet on hurler in this bettor's opinion. The bullpen hasn't been good of late. Mediocre full season. Lately, it's been rough for the Mets. It's a big part of their current struggles. So it's a Mets team that's been slumping. It's a starting pitcher that we don't trust. It's a bullpen that we don't trust. I know they haven't hit the ball particularly well. As for San Diego, they're in much better current form. Obviously, I know they lost yesterday, but 6-4 in their last 10 ball games. It's not like they've been struggling mightily. You got Nick Pivetta on the hill. Pivetta's been bet on all year. I mean, he really has. He's been exceptional. He's got a good track record against the Mets. He was dominant in his last outing. He's not eating up. He's not throwing too many pitches. We're forcing him into short outings. And, of course, the Padres bullpen behind him ranks among the best in baseball. Put it all together, and for me, it's a clear choice in Queens this evening. I don't want the Mets right now. Padres or pass when it comes to New York and San Diego, at least for this bettor. You're getting a little bit of a plus price on the Padres, plus 105, plus 110 out there right now. That's the only way I could bet this one. I'm not laying a price with the New York Mets. Before we talk about the Twins and the Yankees, I do want to let you know about what's going on right now at WagerTalk.com. Before I do that, I got a simple favor to ask you. If you like this type of analysis, hit that like button. That's it. That's all I ask. Thank you. And if you like, leave a comment below. Tell us what you think about the MLB card tonight or anything else. You can make fun of my jacket. You can make fun of my hair. Do what you like. We appreciate the comments very, very much. And of course, if you haven't done so, subscribe to the Wager Talk YouTube channel. What do we have? More than 200,000. Well over 200,000 now. We're aiming for 250. We're aiming for 300. So if you haven't done so, you get instant alerts every time these videos go live. So like, comment, follow. Thank you. And of course, check out my page, wt.buzz/TC. Locked and loaded in MLB for today. And of course, football on the way this weekend. Check it out. Again, wt.buzz/TC. That football weekend warrior package, $49, everything for the weekend. That's a good deal if you want to take advantage of that and get on board this weekend. So let's talk about the Yankees and the Twins right now. And I'm going to go total on this game, not side. Right now, looking at the Odds Logic live odds screen, the Yankees -145, -150. The recreational books, they're a little bit higher, minus 155. The recreational books are going to A, not give you a proper spread on MLB and make you play a little bit extra juice, and B, and they know there's not a whole lot of public support for Minnesota in the betting markets right now, hence the higher price for the Yankees at the books that cater to recreational bettors as opposed to the books that cater to wise guys or the books here in Las Vegas. But nonetheless, Yankees in that minus 150 range. You can find lower, you can find higher. Total sitting at 9, a little bit of juice to the over. And we saw plenty of crooked numbers on the scoreboard yesterday for the Yankees and the Twins, a game that flew over the total very early, and they kept on scoring late. Wild contest, start to finish. I would not be surprised in the slightest to see a comparable result this evening in Minnesota. Look, very quietly, way underneath the radar. Twins are 20-8 to the over in their last 28 ball games, and it's not an accident. All right, they traded away basically every good reliever they had at the trading deadline. All right, the relief pitching on this roster has been a disaster. Not like the starting pitching has been great either. But the lineup's decent for Minnesota. They've been scoring runs. You know, they scored 17 runs in 3 games against Arizona. They scored 15 runs in 3 games against LA. They scored 16 runs in the first 2 games of this series. So averaging well over 5 runs a game during this current stretch for Minnesota. And, you know, when we talk about why does the team go 20-8 to the over, you have a bad bullpen, you have a decent lineup, you're going to cash overs. And that's exactly what Minnesota has been doing. The Yankees can certainly hit as well. You know, I know they got shut out in the opener of this series, but they had 10 last night. They had 22 runs in the 4 games prior to the shutout loss. So this is certainly a lineup that's capable of putting crooked numbers on the scoreboard. And again, they faced Boston's pitching and Detroit's pitching and Toronto's pitching and Houston's pitching in the last 4 series, and now they're up against Minnesota. All right. And by the way, we talked about the Twins being an over machine, quietly, 20-8 to the over. How about the Yankees? 19-10 to the over, their last 29. They've been trending, you know, a better than 65% clip over for the last month. Their bullpen arms got used up yesterday in that wild ball game. And, you know, I'm not worried about the starting pitching matchup here. I'm really not. Heal's been great for the Yankees, but I have no problems fading a pitcher who didn't allow a single hit in his last time. Remember, he threw 6 innings of no-hit ball against Boston. It's hard to be that good twice in a row. Some of his metrics are concerning. And a playoff-type matchup in Boston versus a late-season nothing game in Minnesota, the intensity isn't there. I'm not convinced we get Heal's best performance this evening. I worry about the Yankees bullpen behind him a little bit. And Taj Bradley's last quality start came in his first outing after the All-Star break. That was when he was still pitching in Tampa. He's no bet on hurler. I don't like the bullpen behind him. So, bottom line, I expect more crooked numbers on the scoreboard tonight. Look for the Yankees and Twins to go up and over the total. 9, the current number here in Las Vegas and pretty much globally. Thank you again for watching WagerTalk TV. We appreciate the likes, follows, and comments very much. Visit my homepage, wt.buzz/TC. Real simple, gets you right to my page. I have a single best bet in MLB for today, already locked and loaded with the first football this weekend. We'll be adding more over the next 24 to 48 hours. And of course, best of luck with all your bets on Wednesday and beyond. Stay tuned right here for WagerTalk TV. We have more quality video content on the way. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the games. And best of luck with all your bets on Wednesday and beyond. Cheers.